great point too,
That'd be the
man.
first step is to get people to educate.
Yeah.
Because most business probably would do it right.
If they knew, yeah. So it's really a tech education campaign before getting that under, but
Then it's, yeah, education.
No rain.
that's good. And I really appreciated that a great deal. I didn't hear from any of the other, so.
Yeah.
But they cost on that, it's a little later, they thought they would. But. This day, you know, my first tax, you know, either file it, you know, if you're, you know, it's on his smart drive, but.
Yeah, that's such a huge point, and it's something I had not considered.
I know there's some 10%, just get out of that.
The one I was looking yesterday at Anytime Fitness, and I said, man, this thing, it's just got the handicap sign. I mean, it's just got the symbol. And
I can't remember the office. Gotta be a shut.
And it has to have that language on it.
Yeah.
And those signs generally don't have the language on it.
They go down and buy, like, order them Amazon.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a bigger project.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well, good luck, but I will, we'll do our part.
Yeah.
Figure it out, but yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of work left to do on that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I really looked at that close.
So, thank you.
Not a big plan.
Crazy. You know, or we did the trifecta on both. You know, the first time around, it's kind of small. And her mom's like, you know, we're just good, you know, and stuff that's. You know, and we're like, oh, something that is still.
Well, they don't have to talk
You know,
about
early,
it.
I think we're going into the first part.
It's kind of, yeah, part more the same as the second part.
How that, yeah,
Stuff.
absolutely.
We brought turkeys, and we brought her.
That sounds really good. My dad used to do
You never
that.
know.
So every time when I'm here, right there, I'll help you all. You know, with her parents, but I understood.
Well, I didn't know though.
Even though.
When I tell you, there's more actually. There it is. Oh, there it is, but I never know, man.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, make sure my seat's right. I'll be in the street. Yeah.
So we have to make it one section. Can you go before?
Yeah.
Oh, well, make sure, yeah.
Yeah, if you want, if you have to, yeah. Yeah, oh, next quarter, okay.
You know, despite being down 20 to 14, I thought to myself, so you can't possibly play where you run 6 points behind. That's right.
Why not?
They're pretty good. And they did come through such a high play.
Yes. So what was there, what was that else? Okay.
Well, they won their district. They have the same record. They score a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the property.
That's
Right.
the
Okay.
So,
Well,
everything is going to be very close. And that thing points to a.
That's the long road they wanted to put it up. There was gonna be, you know, after the done sign, there's also a game sign. Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, so I didn't say anything bad. Shuts doors down, these setbacks.
Well, I think they always do a great job.
Yes.
And I think
It'll be down, the playoffs, we can't give up 30 minutes.
Friday night, I think was a good
Yeah.
thing. Because, really after the first quarter, they did a pretty good job. So,
Sounds good. Yeah, we had first year is first round.
a little bit more good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Yeah. You'll recall it. Yeah. I saw it. It was. You remember when, the first year they fixed one here. But tell you. It's closer.
We have.
That's your water? No, I don't know whose it is. It's been sitting up. Oh, you know, he had a bunch of probates on there yesterday, so it's probably the judge.
It's a little taller.
It does, it is. Lord, something.
Yeah.
You could have run those dogs.
Some of the folks.
I was on the record when I don't know.
Yeah. Only, on the street there. Yeah, they thought that I wanted to do it.
Oh, I think actually.
So.
They don't work in here. That's what working in here. They work on the YouTube and on the recorder, but they don't amplify in here. Okay, good morning. If you'd stand, I've asked precinct 3.
Gotta be louder, Keith. Gotta be louder.
Everybody's through visiting. I've asked precinct 3 elect Commissioner Bobby Phillips if he'd lead us in a word of prayer.
Gracious Heavenly Father, I come to you at this time, just thanking you for the opportunity to be here today. Lord, we just ask that your hand be on the decisions and the way that government's run here in our county and in our world too. Lord, I just want to thank you for all the opportunities you'll have for us to have. Lord, just be with each one of us as we go through this day and just continue to watch over us and forgive us for what we failed. We pray this in Jesus' name.
Amen. Join me in the pledges to the country. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Texas flag. Honor
the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Good morning and welcome to Zandt County Commissioners Court. This is the regular session, November the 20th, 2024. A quorum is established with all 4 commissioners, Commissioners LaPrade, Williams, Barton, and Pearson. That establishes a quorum. With that being said, I call this meeting to order. Judge Reese is not here today. He's got some personal issues. And so we'll begin. Is there any general announcements? Okay. Any public comments? Anybody sign up, Susan? One sign up for public comments. Okay. Third is number 4 is the consent agenda. That's some items that are grouped together to consider with one motion. This morning it'd be the minutes from November the 6th, 2024 and November the 14th, 2024. And to pay county bills as submitted, to ratify county bills as submitted. There are no 2024 line item transfer. There's no 2025 line item transfers. It's also to acknowledge the reports that have been turned in by various offices and departments of the county government. And Kenny's the treasurer's report that's submitted. And also there's a couple of utility stuff going on County Road 4413 and County Road 4419. Is there any item that the court would like to remove to be considered separately? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Barton, second by Mr. Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same side. I thought that sheet was full. Okay,
On D.
okay.
It's on D.
Okay, well, we've approved the consent agenda. Now we'll come back on D. I was told they were approved that sheet was full. So I'll come back and As far as their motion to approve the 2024 line item transfers.
Motion. I amend my second to include D.
Well, we're not amending, it's a whole nother motion, but we'll address this separately. So we have a motion by Barton, second by Williams. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 5, discuss and consider milestone payment number 735901A and number 738303A to Sabre Industries. Chad, is that yours?
Yes, sir. I put it on here and I have our consultant for product communications, Mr. Barry Black, here to present it to you.
Good morning.
Hey,
Commissioners.
we thought we'd be looking up there at you.
I know, decided to make an appearance before the end of the year.
Yes, sir.
Before Thanksgiving, let's say. Yes, those two invoices, 735901A is for the precinct 2 site. That was a change order to construct a new road from the county road back to the tower site. That has been completed, and checked and verified, so Sabre has completed that work. Second invoice is 738303A. That one too is also for the precinct 2 site, tower site. That includes site milestones 1, 2, 3, and 4. They waited till kind of the very end to submit any invoices for that. That's for $438,211.35. And all of that work has been completed as well. And just to kind of throw on top of it all of the sites have all made it to milestone 4. The final acceptance for all the sites are still pending as we finish through a few punch list items. So, but those invoices, that work has been completed. Those invoices that are in front of you guys. If you have any questions, I can answer those.
Like I said, the road was $40,663.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Who's checking the roads and such, going to these?
Me and Barry go out and inspect all these facilities. He's our consultant and he's very informed on all, and I go along with him to verify on the county that.
Yeah, we went out and checked all those. The milestones actually start all the way back with the foundation for the tower and the foundation for the shelter and the generator, and then the erection of the tower, and then the placement of the shelter itself, and then the placement and the hookup of the generator and bringing power to the site and completing that compound with the fencing and the rock and all that. So really the site is ready to go. There's just a few minor things that we're working on a punch list before they get their final payment, which will be milestone 5 for all sites.
And again, as a point of clarity, this is covered by a grant. This isn't coming out of the
Yes,
county
sir.
budget.
This is coming from that federal funding for the radio project.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, just so anybody visiting and watching will know, this is part of our radio system that we're building. These are for the towers that we've put up. They're county-owned towers to operate this new radio system we're having. So we don't just run these through our normal bills to be paid. We come so we can get a report on it, on where we're at and everything. So just to let everyone know. Is there a motion to approve these payments?
Motion to approve these payments.
Second?
I'll second.
A motion by Williams, second by Barton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 6, consider approval of Spencer Edition plat located on County Road 3416 in Precinct 3. That's over in Precinct 3. This is a 3-lot subdivision. It's on 3416, which Broadmoor Street turns into 3416. It's just barely outside the city limits. And if you gentlemen looked at your plat, you'll see that these lots are less than 1 acre. And that's okay. Our requirement on 1 acre lots is for the on-site sewer. There's also a letter in there from the city of Wills Point stating that all 3 of these houses are existing houses. All 3 of them, they've been there. I think I hooked electricity up to them, and that's going to be a while back. So they've been there a while. All 3 of them have city water and city sewer. So there will not be any on-site sewer at that location. So that's why I brought it to you with on the lot sizes. So I'll make a motion that we approve this 3-lot subdivision for filing purposes.
I second.
Motion by Pearson, second by Williams. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion passes. Number 7, discuss and consider approval of Wood Creek Estates Phase 2 plat located on County Road 4106 in Precinct 4.
Yes, this is mine. I'd like to amend the wording on it to discuss and consider approval of Wood Creek Estates with conditions. They are obtaining a bond for financial guarantee regarding the water, and they thought they would have that here today, but it's gonna be here tomorrow. But they have done all their paperwork, their due diligence, paid all their fees, and I'd like to approve it under conditions that we get this bond of financial guarantee regarding the water, which we should have tomorrow. So I'm motion to approve it for following purposes.
Second,
Second.
motion by Barton, second by LaPrade. With those conditions, make sure they're in there, Susan, that they,
I got it.
that's very important that we get that bond because of some of the things that Conda's had to take us through on subdivisions going in. And then they all get there and then there's no water available for them. So all this does, if they do everything they're supposed to do, then the bond doesn't cost them anything. But this makes them hold up to their end of it. You got that motion in second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 8, discuss and consider rescheduling January Commissioner Court meetings. That's a little bit of a misprint. There's 3 meetings in January. We're not going to discuss all 3 of them. Only the meeting on January the 1st of 2025 and January the 15th of 2025. We'll start with January the 1st of 2025. I don't think anybody will be here on New Year's Day. So we need to come up with a date. That's on our normal, would be our normal Wednesday. So we need to either move it to the 31st or to the 2nd. That's at the whatever the court won't be or would like to be.
I say 31st.
Is that a motion?
I'll motion for it to be 31st.
Second.
A motion by Barton, second by LaPrade to move the 1st to the 31st. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Okay, that one's taken care of. Now let's do the 15th. It's going to get a little more complicated. On the 15th, we have a good part of the court that's going to be out for new. Well, the majority of the court will be out for new commissioner training because we have 3 new commissioners. Cliff is already here, but he hadn't had his new commissioner training that only happens after the first of the year. So we'll have 3 commissioners gone at that day. Now, the only problem, they're going to be gone the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. So the only day we have that week is a Monday. So it'd be it's up for discussion on how y'all want to do it.
When is, we have one the 31st. I don't have a calendar on me. What's the next?
We have one the 29th, which will be a regular session. That's all, that should not be affected, January the 29th. We'll be having the one on the 31st. So you've got this one that should be on the 15th. The only day available that week will be Monday the 13th. Kenny, how does that affect you?
I'm gonna do whatever, it's payroll to run it in. Since the payroll gets ratified, it shouldn't affect it.
Bobby Phillips, do you have any input related to?
Okay, either way.
You guys will not be heading to your training until Tuesday. You typically you don't go down on Monday. You probably won't have a room on Monday night. But your room starts.
Even if we did, we would be through early enough, we could still.
You should
go.
I say if it doesn't affect payroll, put it on the 13th.
Well, so you're saying that it could be, technically, it could be the 13th or the 14th. It could be Tuesday morning. If we leave it.
Because I think we have to leave out early enough Tuesday morning.
You have an early
Yeah,
bird,
there's
you
an
have an
early
early
bird
bird
session on
session that
Tuesday.
starts at noon on that day.
Okay.
So the regular session won't start until the 15th, you're correct. But there is an early bird session that, that if you need the training or you want to go to it, which you may want to, you guys are gonna be, learn a lot of stuff. It's gonna be very helpful to you. So,
I'm okay with the 13th if you,
I'm most of the 13th, if it's okay with the payroll, doesn't mess anything up.
motion by Barton, second by Williams.
yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that covers that. Number 9, discuss and consider action to adopt a resolution taking any other action necessary to establish a county resolution fund, pursuit of section 152.001 of the Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code, to be funded by civil court filing fees as currently mandated by section 135.001 of the Texas Local Government Code. Cliff, I believe that's yours.
Yes, I put this on here. There is a people who file suit in Van Zandt County and all the counties have fees that are mandated under the government code. So those fees are collected. And currently, all of the fees related to this particular area they're accumulated by our auditors, and quarterly they're sent to the state. So JD has brought to us the opportunity that we can take those funds, keep them here in-house in Van Zandt County, and the county judge can use those funds to provide low-income individuals in the county with mediation and arbitration and alternative dispute resolution options. Now, currently, he does that, but he makes the attorneys that practice in his court regularly give their time pro bono for these. And this would give us the opportunity to take those funds that currently we're sending to the state, keep those here in county, and the judge have the opportunity to pay these attorneys that regularly perform these services, pay them something. Now, they wouldn't be paid their regularly hourly rate, but we could, it wouldn't cost the county any money to do this. It actually keeps money here in-house. And so it makes good sense to keep these funds here in-house and to pay those people that have historically provided this service but not been paid for it an opportunity to receive the funding that for the work that they do. I don't know how many of you are forced to do work without payment, but this gives us an opportunity to pay those attorneys, which we believe will do a little bit better job. And this, I noticed that Judge Shin's here in the room with us as well. The JPs can access this, the county court at law, every court in our county where there's currently disputes filed, the money is collected, and the judges will have the opportunity to appoint someone to an attorney or another mediator. It doesn't have to be an attorney. Mediators can be from a wide swath of our population. And there are individuals out there who have gone through the mediation training, and they too could be appointed to mediate these cases. Just typically now, Judge Winters appoints attorneys who regularly practice in his court. And JD is here today. He's the one who presented to us, and he's available for questions if anybody has any additional questions. If there's no questions, then I would make a motion that we accept. JD will work with me to establish the ADR system in our county. And so my motion is that we accept it as written, and that we will be working through the process of establishing this so that we can keep these funds here in house.
I'm not opposed to it, but I got a question. What is the money that is going to the state, then we're giving it to the state. What does the state do with it, or do we know?
Electronic filing fee system, but it's very broad and gives them discretion to use it.
However they want.
Yeah, the electronic filing system is where attorneys electronically file their cases. So it used to be that an attorney or their paralegal would have to bring the case to the court, to the clerk, and file by handing them the documents. Now, the attorneys scan all this in and it's filed electronically. So that's the filing system. It's not like filing cabinets.
It works fine.
Yeah.
They don't need any more money.
No, I agree.
And there are private companies that do provide filing services as well. So the state doesn't actually have to provide this service. Many attorneys say there are other private systems that work equally or better.
So this will keep the money in the county
Yes,
and
sir.
not to the state.
Yes, sir.
And I don't cost anything.
What happens if down the road, the funds does not cover this? Is it going to cost the county additional at that time? Does anybody know?
The judge would continue appointing attorneys, and they just simply would go back to you not getting paid. So that doesn't create any obligation on our part. It just gives us a bucket of funds from which the judge can pull from to pay people for their work.
How much money are we talking about?
I don't know if Sandy's in here, but I think, yeah.
$2,100 a month? What's it gonna cost us to maintain, track this and pay it out?
But we just have to set up a separate fund in our general ledger. And the funds, instead of going in where they're going now, they're going to a separate fund and it will have to be paid out.
Ain't no additional employees or anything necessary to keep them.
The way it works now and the way that we anticipate that this will work is that an attorney, just like they do with indigent care or anything else, they now fill out an invoice. They send it to the judge for signature and then it's processed through.
Yeah, and really line 10 on the quarterly civil property fees report that has to be sent to the state. It just turns to zeros across the board. Austin is only tracking the counties that are paying them for this. Harris County, Houston, they've kept over $3.5 million, but the comptroller told me I had to go ask them. It's really creates no extra work. It's a great benefit to the community, and I'm excited that there's actually funding available now for smaller counties to be able to do this, because the Texas ADR Act has been around since 1987, but just now funding is available for counties to actually operate with it.
I have one last question.
Yes, sir.
Since that money's going to the state for the filing system, is there any way that's gonna come back on us?
No. There's only $6 million total. I know that, I mean, it's a huge number, but when you look at the state's budget, they're not betting on this ADR. I spoke with Senator Hughes. He was one of the co-authors, and what it did is it provided motivations to counties to actually implement mediation systems and allow, but if you don't, then we're just going to take the money and use it for electronic filings.
Questions are answered. I'll second
His motion would be is that we accept this resolution. So go ahead, Cliff.
Thank you. This is a resolution in order of the Commissioners Court of Van Zandt County, Texas, in support of the establishment of a civil court alternative dispute resolution system. It reads, whereas a county dispute resolution fund maintained in the county treasury as required by Texas Local Government Code 135.151 may be used by a county only to establish and maintain an alternative dispute resolution system in accordance with Texas Civil Practice Remedies Code, Chapter 152. And whereas an alternative dispute resolution system is an informal forum in which mediation, conciliation, or arbitration is used to resolve disputes as defined in the Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code 152.001, and will be an invaluable tool for resolving disputes among our citizens and will free up our local court civil dockets. And whereas in Texas, approximately 75 to 80% of the cases that go through ADR settle, these are resolved with fewer costs to both the litigants and the court in much less time than going through the court system and with a mutually agreeable solution. And whereas the county's dispute resolution fund may continue to assess fees and retain such fees for the research, development, and ultimate operation of the county's established alternative dispute resolution system under Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code, Chapter 152, without remitting such fees to the state. And whereas the county commissioners by order may establish an alternative dispute resolution system as authorized by that same code. And whereas the Van Zandt County Commissioners Court desires to support and establish such an alternative dispute resolution system for the benefit and enhancement of the civil court system. Therefore, be it resolved and ordered that the Van Zandt County Commissioners Court does hereby establish an alternative dispute resolution system under Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code, Chapter 152, as specifically authorized by Texas Local Government Code, Section 135.151. All civil case filing fees collected from all new district, county, and justice court case filings and allocated to the dispute resolution fund shall remain with the county for such research, development, and ultimate operation of the county's alternative dispute resolution system.
Motion been made by Williams, seconded by the Pratt to approve this resolution. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Gentleman, may I ask a favor? My mom has asked me to get a picture of all the different commissioner reports I'm going around to, and I'm just wondering if I could stand right here for a second. I'll be
Well,
quick.
we'll have a professional take the photo.
Who came?
I'll slide over here.
I'm short, so it doesn't, I'm not gonna, I think cause this problem.
Yeah, y'all stand there. It's good right there. All right. Hold it right there. Let's do it again. One more. Thank you.
Look this way now, please.
Thank you.
We need to say hi, Mom, or anything?
Yeah.
We're now video.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, gentlemen. I look forward to, seeing you all again soon.
Thank
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mary Mullen from CMULLEN.
Item number 10, discuss and approve appointing a committee to evaluate and score the proposals received for the disaster vegetation debris removal, reduction or disposal services, RFP. So we need a committee for that. Incoming Commissioner Phillips said he would serve on it. So you have one there.
I'm gonna nominate William Barton.
It can't be three of us, can it?
You're right. If it goes past the date.
It's
it
gonna
can't
go,
be.
yeah, it's gonna,
Yeah.
it could possibly go in there
You're
next
right.
year.
I'll remove myself. Cause I don't know anything about debris. All right, my wife would dispute that.
One more commissioner.
Yeah, I'll do it. What is it?
We've got the same thing that you've been through before, except this time it's bid proposals.
They remove the debris off the road, but
Anytime you're dealing with federal money, you have to go through the stages and follow their guidelines, and they got particular ways you have to score RFPs. You have to have a committee to go through that.
I believe she's not here, and I'm sorry I didn't call her. I believe Vicky would be okay with being on it, Sandy.
I think that's a good idea.
Does it need to be employees, Sandy?
I would nominate Nicole for my office to
Okay. Is that,
serve.
Nomination made.
how many do we need?
I have a good number.
5 is a good number.
You have 5.
We got Bobby, me, Vicky, Nicole.
And Bobby Phillips.
Yeah, Bobby, me, Vicky, Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He
could, because once you come on, he'll go off. You won't have a quorum.
That's right.
If he's willing to stay and serve on the committee after the 31st.
I'll help on that if that's not a conflict, Sandy.
They swap out, so I think that sounds very reasonable.
I'm right in the middle of it. I don't mind staying helping them.
just can't leave, can you? Just can't, and go.
Okay, is there a motion for Bobby Phillips, Brandon Barton, Vicky McAllister, Keith Pearson, and Nicole Nix?
Yes, I make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Williams, second by Barton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 11, 12, and 13 will close for now to go into executive session, recording of the local government code section 551.074 and also 551.072 and also 551.071. So we will reconvene shortly.